Greetings, fellow gardeners and soil stewards. Welcome back to the Humus Heritage, where we dig deep into the living systems that make our gardens thrive. Today I'm sharing something that has completely revolutionized my approach to gardening, and I know it will do the same for you. We're talking about indigenous microorganisms, or IMO, and how this ancient Korean natural farming technique can help you create what I call super soil, a living, breathing ecosystem that will transform your garden from ordinary to absolutely epic. What if the secret to the most vibrant, productive garden you've ever grown isn't sitting on a shelf at your local garden center, but rather thriving in the forest floor just beyond your backyard? Indigenous microorganisms represent nature's original soil-building workforce, an invisible army of beneficial bacteria, fungi, and other microscopic life forms that have been perfecting the art of plant nutrition for millions of years. These aren't laboratory-engineered solutions or expensive imported products. These are the native microbes that already understand your local climate, your soil conditions, and exactly what your plants need to flourish. As we move deeper into sustainable gardening practices, in 2025, IMO cultivation has emerged as one of the most powerful tools available to home gardeners who want to reduce their dependence on synthetic inputs while actually improving their results. This isn't just about growing plants anymore, it's about cultivating entire ecosystems right in your raised beds and garden plots. Let me walk you through the surprisingly simple process of capturing these beneficial microorganisms, even here in late November when many gardeners have already put their tools away for the season. First, you'll need a wooden box or container. Avoid plastic or metal, as wood provides the best environment for microbial colonization. First, you're going to want to steam some plain white rice until it's fully cooked, and then let it cool completely. This rice is going to act as your microbial bait, basically offering an irresistible food source that will attract the exact organisms we're looking for. Next, fill your wooden box about 3 inches deep with this cooled rice, spreading it loosely so there's plenty of air circulation. After that, cover the rice with a breathable material, like cheesecloth paper towels, or even a cotton cloth, and secure it with string or rubber bands. This keeps debris and larger organisms out, while still letting microscopic life move freely in. Now comes the adventure. You need to find an undisturbed natural area with healthy vegetation and abundant leaf litter. Old-growth forests are ideal, but honestly, even a well-established wooded area in your neighborhood can work beautifully. What you want to do is look for spots where leaves have been decomposing undisturbed for years. These locations harbor the most diverse and active microbial populations. Once you've found your spot, partially bury your box about 2 inches deep in this rich leaf litter, making sure you position it in a shaded area that's protected from direct rainfall. Then, cover the site with wire mesh to keep animals out, and drape a plastic sheet over the top, but leave the sides open for air circulation. The key here is protecting your collection from getting waterlogged, because that would ruin the entire harvest. After about 3 to 7 days, you'll want to come back and check your collection. What you're really hoping to see is a beautiful, fluffy white mold covering the rice. This is exactly what success looks like. That white growth, it means you've got a thriving colony of beneficial fungi and bacteria moving right into your rice hotel. But, if you notice any other colors, like green, black, pink, or yellow, or if your rice ended up wet and soggy, it's best to just toss it out and start over. One common pitfall that trips up beginners is putting the box somewhere that's too exposed to rain, or choosing a spot that doesn't have enough microbial diversity. Another mistake is checking too early or disturbing the box during the colonization period, which can really interrupt the whole process. Once you've successfully harvested your IMO culture, the next step is preserving and multiplying these beneficial organisms before you get them into your garden soil. So, you'll take your white, moldy rice and mix it with an equal weight of brown sugar or molasses in a clean container. That sugar acts as both a preservative and a food source, letting your microbes keep multiplying while creating a stable, storable product. Now, place this mixture in a container with a loose-fitting lid and stash it away in a cool, dark spot for anywhere from 7 days to 3 weeks. During this time, the mixture will turn into a sticky, molasses-like consistency as the microbes ferment the sugars. This is your IMO concentrate, and it's just packed with beneficial life. To create your super soil blend, you'll want to start with a quality base mix of materials like peat moss, cocoa coir, and perlite for good drainage and structure. To that base, add nutrient-rich amendments, worm castings for gentle, balanced nutrition, finished compost for organic matter, bone meal for phosphorus, blood meal for nitrogen, kelp meal for trace minerals and growth hormones, rock dust for slow-release minerals, and Epsom salts for magnesium. The beauty of this system is really in the ratios. You're building a nutrient-dense growing medium that has everything your plants need throughout their entire life cycle. Just spread all your dry ingredients on a big tarp and mix them thoroughly, making sure every component gets evenly distributed. Now comes the crucial step of inoculating this blend with your IMO culture. You'll want to dilute your IMO concentrate at a ratio of 1 part concentrate to 1,000 parts chlorine-free water. This is really important because honestly, chlorinated tap water can kill the beneficial microbes you've worked so hard to cultivate. Go ahead and use this diluted IMO solution to moisten your soil mixture evenly, working it through until the entire blend reaches the consistency of a wrung-out sponge. Next, transfer this moistened super soil into covered containers like plastic totes or garbage cans and allow it to cook for about 45 to 90 days. This composting period is when the real magic happens. Your IMO colony absolutely explodes in population, breaking down those dense organic amendments into plant-available forms while establishing complex food webs that will keep functioning once you introduce this soil to your garden beds. But hey, beyond direct soil incorporation, IMO can serve multiple roles in your garden system. For example, you can create a diluted foliar spray by mixing your IMO concentrate with water at a ratio of 1 to 500, then misting your plant's leaves every week or two. This introduces beneficial microbes directly to your plant's above-ground surfaces, where they can outcompete harmful pathogens and even contribute to nutrient uptake through foliar feeding. And don't forget, you can also supercharge your compost pile by adding IMO concentrate, accelerating decomposition, and ensuring your finished compost is loaded with beneficial organisms. The results you'll witness after implementing IMO supersoil in your garden beds will fundamentally change how you think about plant cultivation. Within weeks of planting into this living soil, you'll notice accelerated growth rates that far exceed what synthetic fertilizers ever delivered. Your plants develop deeper green foliage, thicker stems, and more vigorous root systems because they're accessing nutrients in the most bioavailable forms possible, delivered by microbial partners that have evolved alongside plants for eons. Yields increase dramatically. We're talking about 30 to 50% more production from the same garden space because your plants are healthier, more stress-resistant, and able to focus energy on fruit and flower production rather than struggling to survive. Perhaps even more impressive is the dramatic improvement in plant immunity and pest resistance. Healthy soil microbiomes create a protective shield around plant roots, physically blocking pathogenic organisms while also producing antibiotics and other compounds that suppress disease. Plants grown in IMO-enhanced soil develop thicker cell walls and produce higher levels of natural defensive compounds, making them far less attractive and vulnerable to insect pests. The environmental advantages extend far beyond your garden fence. By building soil biology rather than depleting it, you're sequestering carbon, improving water retention and reducing runoff, and creating habitat for beneficial insects and other garden allies. Your garden becomes increasingly self-sufficient over time, requiring fewer external inputs as the living soil system matures and stabilizes. This is regenerative agriculture at the backyard scale, and it represents the future of sustainable food production. If you're feeling inspired to start your IMO journey this week, I encourage you to embrace the experimental spirit of this practice. Gather your materials today, find a wooden box, cook some rice, and scout out the best natural area near your home for collecting those precious microbes. Remember that this is a forgiving process, and even if your first attempt doesn't yield perfect results, each try teaches you more about the microbial world and how to work with it effectively. I want to invite you to join our growing community of IMO gardeners right here at the Humus Heritage. Share your collection sites, post photos of your white fuzzy rice harvests, and let us know what results you're seeing in your garden beds. This is a journey we're all on together, learning from both our successes and our setbacks. If you found this guide valuable, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming content. We've got an exciting video coming next where we'll explore advanced IMO applications for specific plant families, including how to customize your microbial cultures for vegetables, fruits, and ornamentals. Share this video with fellow gardeners who are ready to unlock the true potential of their soil. Together, we're building a movement toward healthier gardens, healthier food, and a healthier planet. Now get out there and start cultivating those microbes.